Reclaiming your mind in the age of noise. The first breath is yours. Inhale slowly. Hold for a heartbeat. Exhale with a little more length than you took in. Somewhere inside that simple rhythm, there is a room that belongs to you. It is quiet there. It has always been quiet there. Lately, that room has felt crowded, not because you are lazy or undisciplined, but because the world has learned how to knock all day. Badges, pings, previews, sidebars. None of them cruel. All of them insistent. Your attention, once a sanctuary, is treated like public space. This is not a personal failure. It is the weather you live in. And a mind, like a home, can be made warm against rough weather. The silent theft. We often blame ourselves. I am weak. I am distracted. I have no willpower. The truth is more compassionate and more accurate. Much of modern life is designed to keep you grazing the surface. Novelty is easy. Nuance is hard. Every small cue that says new trains your seeking circuits to lunge for the next thing. That is dopamine at work, not the chemistry of pleasure, but the chemistry of anticipation. It rises when something might be there. It teaches you to reach. Over time, constant reaching dulls sensitivity. The brain asks for more stimulation just to feel ordinary interest. Sit down to do one demanding thing and minute 6 feels itchy. That itch is not proof that you cannot focus. It is proof that you have been asked to focus in a storm. There is another cost. Each time you switch tasks, a thin film of the last task clings to the next. Psychologists call it attention residue. You read a message, return to a hard paragraph, and the paragraph has grown a second hill. Multiply that by a day, and you end up busy and undernourished at once. You fall asleep exhausted and wonder what you actually did. The diagnosis matters. When we can describe the mechanism without shame, we can change it with care. Depth as a human skill. Cal Newport uses a simple phrase: deep work. The ability to focus without distraction on something that demands the best of your mind. Deep work is not a mood. It is a trainable skill. It grows through repetition, through ritual, through boundaries that are kind and firm. Think of attention as a lens. Shallow work smears that lens across many surfaces until nothing is sharp. Depth brings one surface into relief and meaning appears. A day that includes depth feels different in the body. Quieter, steadier, able to carry weight. You do not need a monastery. You need one island of protected time that you honor most days. Choose a window you can keep. An hour before the world asks for your eyes. A late afternoon stretch when the building quiets. When it arrives, begin with a small ceremony. Put the most magnetic device out of reach. Not to punish yourself, but to signal clearly. Now, name what done means for this session in plain words. 1 page that argues something real. 3 careful replies that resolve knots. A sketch that captures the core idea. Step in. The urge to check will rise. Label it gently as an urge. Let it crest. Let it pass. Return. Each return is a push-up for attention. The first week may feel awkward. That is when it feels like when a long-forgotten muscle remembers itself. The business of your gaze. Johann Hari widens the frame. Your struggle is not only personal habit. It is also policy and profit. Platforms are built to maximize time on site, not time in life. Workplaces reward speed more reliably than sense. News mixes urgency with noise. In that current, it is easy to believe your failure to focus is a private defect. It is not, but neither are you helpless. You can change the water in your glass, even if you cannot change the ocean today. You can set small social agreements that protect attention and lower the background hum. Tell your team when you are reachable and when you are not. Honor both. Pair every meeting with a clear purpose and a specific outcome. Prefer an update people can read when real time is not required. If something is truly urgent, let it come by a channel that is rare and human. like a call. At home, let meals be phone-free. Take short walks without headphones and let conversation find you. Culture is a set of shared expectations. Calm spreads through shared expectations. So does chaos. Rhythm instead of overload. You do not need to quit the modern world to heal your attention. You need rhythm, engagement and release, effort and ease, sound and silence. Offer your nervous system a few minutes of true stillness each day so baseline sensitivity can reset. Sit or stand at a window. Let the exhale lengthen until the body softens from the inside out. Notice the weight of your feet, the angle of light on the wall, the ordinary sounds you usually step over. Thoughts will arrive. They always do. You do not need to follow them or fight them. Watch them pass the way clouds pass. Present, changing, not urgent. This is not doing nothing. This is teaching the mind to rest in the moment that is actually happening. Relearn boredom in small ways. Cross a room without a soundtrack. Wash one dish without a scroll. Stand in a short line with your phone in your pocket. At first, it itches. Then it calms. Then you realize ideas have space to arrive because the room is no longer full. Rooms that help you think. Environments teach the mind what to do next. Design yours to make the right thing easy and the wrong thing awkward. Keep the tools of meaningful work within reach. Move your strongest temptations one step farther away. Sign out of the app that is most magnetic. Remove its icon from the first screen. Quiet notifications by default and allow only the signals you consciously choose. Give your deep hour a physical cue, a particular chair, a lamp you switch on only for depth, a cup of tea that begins when you begin. Start your morning by feeding your mind before the world feeds on it. Even 15 quiet minutes can change the tone of what follows. End deliberately. Before you close the day, choose tomorrow's first target and write the next small action in plain language. Put the materials where your future self will find them. A mind relaxes when it trusts there is a plan and a boundary. Rest as the engine of focus. Focus is not sustained by force, it is sustained by recovery. Sleep repairs the circuits that steady attention and emotion. Treat it as care, not a luxury to be trimmed. Short movement between tasks flushes residue and returns oxygen to a tired brain. Food that steadies blood sugar steadies attention. Spikes invite scrolls. Morning light anchors the clock in your cells. A glimpse of trees or a plant on your desk lowers the background hum. These are not ornaments of wellness. They are the scaffolding of a mind that can choose where to live. Attention is shared. Attention is personal, but it is also social. A teen that equates responsiveness with worth trains nervous systems to stay braced. A family that fills every pause with screens forgets how to share silence. You cannot repair the whole culture by yourself, but you can shape your corner of it. When you protect your deep hour and explain why, you give others permission to protect theirs. When you send fewer messages that are clearer, you save everyone from the churn. When you leave your phone in another room during dinner, you teach presence by example. People remember how it feels to be seen with a full gaze. They offer it back. A simple 7-day reset. Day 1. Notice your top 3 distractors and state your intention in one sentence. I am reclaiming my mornings for depth and my evenings for quiet. Day 2. Keep the first 30 minutes offline. Breathe, move a little, read a page. Plan the day in 3 lines. Day 3. Keep one deep block of 60 to 90 minutes. Define done. Phone away. Begin. Day 4. Check messages in 2 windows, late morning and late afternoon. Outside those windows, inbox closed. Day 5. Do one ordinary task without added input. Notice what returns when you let silence in. Day 6. Keep one evening screen light. Make something small. A note, a sketch, a letter you will actually send. Day 7. Review. What helped? What tugged? Keep one change next week. Upgrade one more. Slip and return. You will slip. Everyone slips. The strength of a trained mind is not an unbroken streak. It is the speed and kindness of the return. When you notice you have fallen back into the loop, name it without insult. There it is. Take one longer exhale. Keep one small promise. 10 more minutes with the thing you meant to finish. One careful note instead of 5 hurried replies. One paragraph carried over the hill before you peak. If a plan stalls, adjust it once before you discard it. Maybe your deep window belongs elsewhere in the day. Maybe it needs a door sign others can see. Maybe it needs a quiet partner who is protecting the same hour. Recovery, not perfection, is the path. Why this belongs to Liforia. Liforia stands for mental resilience and quiet strength. The refusal to be defined by the loudest thing in the room. Reclaiming attention is the first expression of that spirit. Attention is how life passes through you. What you look at is what grows. When you choose depth over noise, you do more than increase output. You restore meaning. You make space to love someone with your full gaze. You build work that cannot be made in fragments. You remember there is a steady center in you regardless of weather. A closing practice. Breathe in slowly. Hold for a moment. Breathe out with a little more length than you took in. Say to yourself, softly, I choose what I attend to. I choose when I am reachable. I choose depth over noise. When I forget, I will return. The world will keep knocking. You can answer on your terms. The quiet room inside you is still there, patient, intact, ready to welcome you back. Notes for the curious listener. Deep Work by Newport explores the craft and scheduling of focus in a distracted world. Stolen Focus by Johann Hari examines the systems and incentives that scatter our attention. Modern research on dopamine, attention fatigue, and context switching helps explain why novelty tugs and why depth heals.